Samantha, nice to have you here for this edition of Harp Toolbox. How are you doing today?
I'm good today. Thanks so much for having me.
I understand that you are putting together a arranging for harpist course. Tell us about this tool, and we're going to go into the detail a little bit more. But why is this going to be helpful for us, and who might be some of the people that are interested in this course?
Yeah, so I guess I'll talk a little bit about who I am if anyone doesn't know me. So I've got a YouTube channel that I've been doing for about 9 years now, on top of being a freelance harpist and all of that. And I started it because I wanted certain songs to exist on the harp. I wanted to play them, but they just didn't exist. There wasn't any sheet music, there wasn't any recording. So I thought, okay, well, I'm going to do this myself. And it was pretty hard for quite a while, actually. Like, every time I started a new arrangement, I just got so frustrated, and it just felt like pulling teeth to me. And so over the years, I kind of developed a system that made it a lot easier and more reliable for me than kind of starting from scratch every single time. And I kind of gave it a name. I call it the Foundational Arranging Toolbox, which is great because this is the harp toolbox segment, which
Definitely,
I love. I think I mentioned to you that harpists just love toolboxes.
we do.
Yes, so I love that. And so, yeah, it made my life a lot easier. And then I started teaching that to some of my students, a lot of whom are at the beginning of kind of their harp learning. And they were like really surprised by how easy it actually is. And how much it also helped them learn the other music that we were working on. They would be able to see patterns and things that we had kind of learned in arranging, and it made them easier to read and to play the other music they were working on. One of my students actually said that it felt like she was cheating. And I said, well, you're not cheating, you just get it now. So I really wanted to bring this to more people, and kind of teach the way that I approach arranging, which is all about kind of understanding what the big picture is in music and really understanding what's going on. And then kind of taking really concrete, specific kind of tools, patterns, accompaniments, ornaments, whatever you want to call them, and kind of learn them one at a time so that you're really comfortable with them. And then you can kind of just draw on that, pull them out just like your tools out of a toolbox. And so, I think that there's a big problem that harpists tend to struggle with, and that's just like what sheet music is available, right? Because I think this is starting to change a bit recently, but I think we've all got some song that we like really, really want to play on our harp, whether it's, maybe a pop song, it's from a movie or TV show, and you go looking for sheet music, and there's either none for harp at all, or what you do find is maybe too hard for you, or it's just not suitable for whatever reason. And so then you're kind of left to either try to make your own version of it, or you just kind of give up and just say, well, I'll play something else.
I tend towards the give up side of the spectrum, well, at the moment anyway.
Right?
But
Yeah.
I
And I,
can relate to what you said as well because I can see this for being very helpful for someone like a wedding harpist or event harpist that just need to arrange a piece of music because the client would like to hear it.
yeah, I mean, that's happened to me on many occasions where a client does come up to me and say, hey, I really want to play this. You go looking for sheet music. There's none. And actually, I think once you can learn to do this, you can even like charge people for the service. And so you can kind of expand your business that way too. But learning to arrange doesn't even have to be for someone who's a professional harpist. It can really be for anyone. So as far as my course go, what I kind of say is, if you can read sheet music and you can play the harp with both hands, it doesn't have to be anything fancy, but that's kind of all you really need.
So tell us about the format of this course and what can we expect in your curriculum?
Yeah, for sure. So like I said earlier, it starts with kind of what the big picture in music is, really focusing on the key aspects of melody and harmony, and then learning lots of different patterns and tools for each hand, talking about the role of rhythm in arranging, talking about how to pace a complete arrangement once you've got all these tools in your toolbox, and then sort of like all the different things that you may need to know once you go kind of out into the wild and are arranging stuff on your own. So how to adjust for different kinds of harps, because we all know like some of you may have lever harps, some of you may have pedal harps, some may have small harps or harps with no levers at all. And the way that it's kind of structured is that it's going to be accessible for both beginners and more advanced harpists, so that really like you can kind of dig into the tools that are accessible to you. And then when you're writing arrangements, you can pick the ones that you're most comfortable with, so that that's always going to make sure that what you're writing is appropriate for your level.
And this is going to be a online course with a blend of conversations with you on a schedule. Tell us about this and how does it work?
Yeah, so the majority of the course material is going to be through video lessons that you can work through at your own pace, with some assignments and kind of other resources. And then there are going to be 10 live calls as a group, so that you can ask questions and get help and feedback. There will also be a private community where you can access me and also other members who are kind of going through the same things to get some feedback and inspiration.
And do we need to complete the course within the 10 weeks or do we have extra time to access the video lessons?
That's a really good question. So you'll have access to the video lessons forever. Just the live calls are what's limited. Yeah.
And where is the best place we're going to be able to get information about this course? Because I know you are accepting the wait list right now, but it's not open for registration quite yet.
Yeah, so registration for the course is opening on August 23rd, 2021. So right now, as you said, the early bird waitlist is open. So you can add your email to that, and then you'll actually get the link to register the day before it's open to the public to make sure that you can get a spot. And I'm also going to be releasing a video series on my YouTube channel. I think about the time when this is coming out. So that's going to have more information on the course, but also more information on just like arranging in general and kind of how my method works. So if you're interested in those videos or in the course, then the early bird waitlist is definitely the place to be.
And I highly recommend checking out Samantha's YouTube channel to see how she arranged music, because that's when I realized that you might be the person I want to study under for arranging music. So I'm going to put the link to the waitlist to your channel in the video description. Thank you very much for telling us about your Arranging for Harpist course, and I look forward to participating in it.
Thanks so much for having me.